Hey Science Slam fans, we are gearing up for UNL's 5th annual Science Slam taking place on April 7th, 2020, featuring our keynote speaker Allie Ward of the Ologies podcast and many other cool science media pursuits, and perhaps featuring you as one of this year's Science Slammers. So this is the moment that you may not have realized you've all been waiting for. We're going to reveal the prompt for the 2020 Science Slam. But first, I want to talk just a little bit about what the slam is and some misconceptions that I have heard over the years of doing the slam. Reasons why people may shy away from participating in the slam. So the first misconception that I hear is, I don't have time. I can't really argue with you there. If you're a grad student, a postdoc, an undergraduate researcher, yeah, it's true. You don't have a lot of time. You have a lot of commitments already, and you may not think you can add one more thing to your plate. However, I would point out to you that you do all kinds of things already that you don't really have time to do. And a lot of them maybe aren't as valuable as this is. So you're honing your communication skills. You're going to receive detailed and valuable and unique science communication training that is going to improve your ability not just to communicate about your work with a general audience or, maybe your mom and dad who want to know what you're doing and you struggle to encapsulate it in a clear and concise way for them, but also to scientists of other disciplines and even within your own discipline. Improving your communication skills is always a great thing to do, and this is about the most fun way imaginable to do it. You get to be creative and think outside the box and really bring your science alive for people who wouldn't otherwise have a chance to hear about all the cool things that you're doing. So, you may not think you have time, but it's well worth spending the time on. Another misconception that I hear a lot is, I'm not funny enough. I can't do the Science Slam because I'm not that funny. It's true, we have had some hilarious Science Slammers over the past 4 years. And I invite you to watch all of the previous Science Slam talks on our YouTube channel. But first of all, there's a lot of different ways to be funny. And you'll notice that for sure when you watch all of the talks. And second, there are many other ways to reach people besides being funny. Humor is good, and we like to not take ourselves too seriously. I say we take the science very seriously, but ourselves not so much at the Science Slam. But what you're really trying to do is just create an emotional response in your audience. Help them feel something, some of the excitement that you feel when you're doing your work. Perhaps some of the despair that you have felt at certain points during your work and how you overcame that. You're trying to evoke an experience, and humor is one way to do that, but it's not the only way. So you don't have to be a comedian or a thespian to be a science slammer. You just need to figure out what you want people to feel about what you have to say and develop the best way to say that. And we are here to help you. And so as long as you have something to say, you have a Science Slam. Which brings me to the third misconception, which is I don't have anything to say. So we give you a prompt as a springboard to help you think about how to present your science in a more narrative format. So more like a story and less like a research talk. But the prompt is never meant to be limiting. It's never meant to discourage you because you think, well, that doesn't really resonate with me. I can't really think of a good answer for that. Think about what you want to say. Forget the prompt, don't let it limit you, and then we can work with you to figure out how to connect that to the prompt. There's always a way. So, some of my favorite slam talks over the years have been those that interpreted the prompt or took it in a direction that I completely didn't expect or anticipate, even when we created the prompt. So that's always fun. So I encourage you to see the prompt only as an opportunity and not as a limitation. Okay, I have kept you in suspense long enough. So it is time to reveal the 2020 UNL Science Slam prompt. This one brings us full circle from that first Science Slam back in 2016. If you've been with us since the beginning, you may remember that at that slam we asked finalists to tell us the story of a Eureka moment in their scientific careers. And we reassured them that a Eureka moment doesn't have to be Nobel Prize winning research result caliber. It could be anything that makes you think differently about science in general, your own science, your role as a scientist. And so we thought about that and were inspired by this comic to change things up a little bit and flip that question around a little bit. So this comic by Twisted Doodles, you may have seen it before, says some people think scientists exclaim Eureka when doing experiments, but they're way more likely to say various other things, including bollocks, oh, arse, stupid piece of crap machine, and last but not least, I hate science. So I know you're laughing right now. I know you can relate to this. I know you've experienced moments where you said all of these things, and probably more. And you know what? You're not alone. Charles Darwin, in fact, felt similarly and wrote a notorious passage in a letter to his friend Charles Lyell. He said, "I am very poorly today and very stupid and hate everybody and everything. One lives only to make blunders. I'm going to write a little book for Murray on orchids today, and I hate them worse than everything. So farewell, and in a sweet frame of mind, I am ever yours, C. Darwin." Darwin! I'm sorry, he still gets a little upset just remembering it. Darwin, go have a beer with Newton or something. He always hates everyone and everything. Okay, so you can see that you are not alone in having had experiences like this. And we want you to tell us this year about a time that you hated science. But more importantly, we want you to tell us what inspired you and motivated you to persevere and how you overcame this moment of hating science. I can hardly wait to hear your stories. Remember, you can email me anytime, jbosley@unl.edu with questions. You can check out go.unl.edu/slam for all the details and all the information about how to apply. We look forward to seeing you at the Slam on April 7th.